All right, let's get going. Hope you're ready. Come on in, everyone. Fill up the room. Cha-cha. All right. So that was a little music. Thank you, Mr. Matt Torrance. Uh, one of my subscribers sent me some music, and I promised him I would play it. Hope you enjoyed it. So as we fill up the room, Miss Pugsley, Cha-Cha, Chef, Finest Wine, everyone who's here, Catherine, everyone who's here, please go ahead, hit that little thumb, that like button. That will help us to trigger the YouTube algorithm, and let's share it. Those of you who have the various forms of social media, go ahead, share this out on your pages. The more the merrier. You know that's what we say here on the Roland's Reviews YouTube channel. Some of you, how you doing, Miss Naomi? So John is here. They're all coming in. Ruby. If I miss anyone, how you doing, Lady Libra? Floridia's here. The usual suspects are all here. So glad to have you wonderful people here. I know everyone's busy. If you're like me, you're trying to prepare for work tomorrow, but this information must be disseminated. Okay, folks, I don't know how many of you are on YouTube as much as I am. I'm telling you, these YouTube streets are filling up with people saying the same thing that I'm saying. People are waking up. There was one of my subscribers who commented up under one of my videos who said this isn't you guys know I've been saying this. I call this the Great Awakening. And he was like, oh no, people have been awake for years. I'm like, no, not like this. This is definitely the Great Awakening. People are waking up to the schemes and the plots and the ploys of the Democratic Party. Okay. And I call them the Democrats. So hopefully, and guys, we're all busy. Some of you have more time than others. Some of you may be retired. Some of this you may miss. But I want to share this information with you because we have to get it out. So our talking points today. We've been talking about this migrant crisis 6 months, right? And how the Democrats are losing, they're leaking everyday people, they're losing people, especially Black Americans. And the young demographic of people of all races, they're losing. So let's get it started. Now, we were primarily, if you remember when we started this series, we're primarily talking about Chicago and New York. Now, we have more sanctuary cities in New York and Chicago, but it's just some pretty awful things that have really been going on there. So if you were here, how you doing, Rhonda? If you were here when I started this series, I told you, I gave you some history. If you weren't here, go back and check out those videos. I gave you some history on Chicago and how they've been Democratic, oh my God, since forever. All right, since the rapture, right? And so I cannot wait until November. Folks, I know some people don't believe it. And God knows if you look at the Clinton News Network, CNN, they don't want to believe it. MSNBC does not want to believe it. They're all going to be shocked. How you doing, Abdullah? Of that southern border, yeah, we're talking about that southern border, definitely, because they are letting all of these people in. And again, they're doing for everyone but Americans. So the Democrats, who were supposed to be the party of inclusion and diversity, right? Huh, what a joke. Yeah, they include and they diversify for everyone but Americans, right? And we've been saying that. So our talking points today. Angry, if you look at the title of the video, angry Black Chicago voters threaten mayor over extra $70 million for migrants. Now, I'm trying to keep up with your comments, folks. Just depends on how many people come in here and how fast the comments are going. But I will try to read all your comments. So we've been talking about Chicago's been a high poverty ever since the beginning of time. But there was never any money allocated for anything. What were those people always told? Oh, there's no money. Well, listen to this. To date, now you can check my statistics. Again, I would not come on here and make things up. Now, hopefully you go to a reputable website that's not left leaning where you can get the same statistics that I have. To date, 2024, Biden's migrants is what you may as well call them, because he's the reason that they're here. So Brandon Johnson, mayor of Chicago, and then Pritzker, of course, the governor, have secured $471 million for Biden's migrants. Take that into consideration. Approximately $70 million needs to be voted on by city council. Of course, it will be approved. It always is. As long as you're not an American, the freebies don't stop. All right. So anyway, of course, it'll be approved, and then they're going to vote on it. The vote was delayed on Wednesday. How you doing, Mo Dollars? How you doing? And so, of course, all this money is going to be, of course, for health care, shelters, food. So they're still waiting on the final vote. Okay. Ruby. All right. Thank you so much, dear. And so anyway, that's what's going on. And of course, I have a couple of videos to share with you. Now, again, if you look, I told you we're highly censored here on YouTube, right? My last couple of videos, if you say the wrong word, they will not have your videos in rotation. Go back and look at my last couple of videos. So there's some words here. I'm still learning too, right? There are some words that you can't say. So if you see me go like this or go like this, you know what I mean. The jab, right? Or a jab. So anyway, again, I'm still learning. Thank you so much, Miss Pugsley. And so nearly this year, 150 million has already been spent, budgeted for Biden's migrants. And again, that's what we'll start calling them, since he's the one who had them to come over here. So if you are a Chicago citizen, a Chicago taxpayer, how on earth can you let this continue? Folks, I told you when I started this series, if I was a taxpayer in Chicago, I would they should all get together and file a class action lawsuit. Okay, that's what you're going to have to do. And we know, what's this all about? This is all about money and the people's palms that are being greased, right? We know what this is about. How you doing, Big Mamu? Yes, Big Mamu said, I've been mad. Oh, wow. Big Mamu, tell us what you've seen. How you doing, Sally? Nevada's in the house. All right. Yeah, Big Mamu, stay on top of those city council meetings. They are gaslighting the people. And if you've been here, how you doing, Guacamole Kid? Guest voters, that's what this is all about. This is all about an entirely new voting demographic. The Democrats do not care one iota about these people. They're just pawns in the game, people. Be angry with the people who are in office. If they weren't in office, this could not have happened. And for all these people who are angry with Greg Abbott, applause to Greg Abbott. He's doing what he's supposed to do. The residents of Texas put him in office. He's supposed to take care of the residents of Texas, which is what I, of course, cannot say for Brandon Johnson in Chicago, right? And, of course, our mayor up there in New York. How you doing, Terry? And so the mayor's office says that they need more money. This calendar year, $321 million is needed for housing, shelter, food, healthcare, all of this. Grand total, $470 million is needed for Biden's migrants. Let that sink into your head. Think about all of the Americans who need help. Think about all of the homeless Americans. Newsflash. We have our own housing crisis because of the high interest rates. People can't buy homes, and because of the high rents, people can't. People are working 2 and 3 jobs and they still can't afford rent. Oh, look, I told some of you guys before. Hey, what do we need to do? Do we need to go down there to that southern border and crash through like everyone else? Hey, that sounds great. What do you think? Maybe they'll pay my rocket mortgage next month and the rest of the year. What do you think? Folks, Stevie Wonder can see this is not right. It's not. So nothing for the citizens of Chicago. Nothing if you're an American citizen. Now, remember we said, you know how the Democrats were so big. Now, when I do this, I told you when I do this, you know what I mean. I can't say it. That's why they've been slowing my videos down because I've been using words that I shouldn't use. When your kids go to a school here in America, they won't let your kids in if they haven't had the V word, right? And you guys know you have to take several. I told you guys there are several outbreaks that are taking place. They are trying to keep this stuff hidden. Folks better wake up. Now, I'm going to play a couple of videos for you. Now, you know one of the biggest race hustlers in America is Al Sharpton. I'm going to play this video. Yes, Ruby's vets sleeping in the street and illegals in luxury hotels. But Ruby, you were here. They're paying the owners of those luxury hotels. They're receiving millions of dollars. So they don't care. Let's listen to this, folks. You let me know if you can hear this. I have it up loud where you can hear it. Now, this is the irony. Typical liberal, straight out of the liberal playbook. Brandon Johnson, mayor of Chicago, is screaming, crying racism is the reason. As he's facing recall, yes, they want to recall him as their mayor, and black voters destroy him. So listen to this little clip here. This has nothing to do with racism. This has to do with the Democrats and their evil schemes. Listen to this, folks.
Of Governor Abbott, he is attacking democratically ran cities, and particularly cities that are being led by black leaders or leaders of color. This is unconscionable. It's a very raggedy approach. Quite frankly, not only is it reckless and raggedy, but it is evil spirited. Also not lost on me. I think there were 38,000 Republicans that showed up and voted for Donald Trump or something like that in Chicago. So, you know, since if we're trying to draw some conclusions and you all want some other, you know, analytics you might want to discover, that might be something to look into, because I'll just say there's a good chance that played a part in this referendum. So the same people who want to see Donald Trump become president, you know, sometimes I do feel like he wants my job, but who wants to be president again, those are the same voters who voted for him, and the same voters where you look at where they were more those, they were concentrated there.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. When woke man Brandon Johnson was elected mayor of Chicago, I knew it would be a disaster. However, I didn't know it would get this bad this quickly. I mean, the same thing with Joe Biden, right? I knew that Joe Biden becoming president would be a disaster for America, but I didn't know it would be.
No one knew it would be this bad, right? I had an inkling, but I have to agree. I didn't think it would be this bad, which I did not vote for him. But how you doing, Peter? Let's listen to a little bit more of this, and then I have another video to share with you. I'm trying to keep up with your comments in the comment section, folks.
This bad, okay? I mean, I hope that people are saying, I really do. I hope people are saying the consequences of voting for progressive Democrats, okay? Because that is where the Democrat Party is at. They're all progressive for the most part. And what you're getting is chaos and destruction as a result of it, okay? And again, we got to talk about Chicago, because Chicago, the residents, have had enough of Brandon Johnson. We all know what the issues are with Chicago. Crime, this guy's trying to increase taxes, illegal immigration, sanctuary city, something that Brandon Johnson campaigned on. Yeah. He said, yeah, I love illegal immigrants. We want them in Chicago, okay? We have to feed, we have to house them. There are more than enough resources to go around. Now all of a sudden he's boo-hoo whining crying racism, saying, well, it's racist to send me what I asked for. Because it turns out that none of the things that progressives told us about illegal immigration are true. Like, for example, that it is a net positive, right? It's a net positive for our society to have illegals.
So anyway, I think I shared that video for you at the bottom in the description box. So I don't know if any of you have watched. I told you Chicago is at a boiling point. Have any of you been keeping up with the city council meetings and all of this crap they're talking about? Telling Chicago residents they need to accept these people, and you were once immigrants. They are, I mean, talk about gaslighting and psychological manipulation. I cannot with them, okay? Ms. Pugsley, we are a republic with laws and regulations for a reason. Exactly. Mark, now, okay, good to see you, Mark. Thank you for being here. Yes, Mark, I do not like what's going on, and I cannot wait until November. Do you hear me? Again, I'm trying to make the when we vote in November, I'm trying to have something. I don't know if I'm going to have a live stream all day, but I'm really thinking about doing something special. And I want all of you to come in, and you can come and go, come in and out to the live stream and just say hello. And then if you're at work, you have to leave, whatever the case may be. I don't care. I may be in and out from the chair, the desk, but I want you all to come in. Let's listen to these residents, honey. I told you, these residents are not playing. They're fed up, and tell me that they're wrong. Now, like I said, I give it to them. A lot of them said, they screwed up. But again, I've been trying to get in contact with that Matter Trust lady, the one who's going, she's making all the rounds saying she voted for Brandon Johnson because he was a friend of hers. And she's like, I know, just looking at the way he's voted in the past, I should have known. So those of you who are here, how you doing, Easy? Those of you who are here for the first time, since I started this series, do not vote for party and God. Do not vote for color. Don't vote for the color of someone's skin. That's racial idolatry. You'll mess up every time. And so what we've been saying here is that go and look at their past, look at their policy, then you make your decision to vote. If you're in a church and they're telling you who to vote for, then you need to go to another church. That's a whole nother video, folks. We've already talked about how the Black church has been infiltrated and they're in bed with the Democrats, right? They go. Biden's going. Of course, the last Black church he was at recently, he's standing around looking like he was lost, dazed, and confused, and like he did not know where he was. And more than likely, he did not. Okay? So if you're in a church, people, now I'm not, some religious zealot, but if you're in a church and your minister is telling you who to vote for, you need to leave. That is not his place. He is supposed to be helping you, guide you in your Christian walk. He's not there to tell you who to vote for. And I'm sick of that. Ruby, all my skin folk ain't my kin folks. Exactly, Ruby. They put these plants in place. We've talked about several of them, Al Sharpton being one of them, to keep you in place and to do what you are told. That's called groupthink. That's not you being an individual. Okay? Thank God, if you guys have been here, we've been talking about the young people walking away from, especially walking away from the Democratic Party. Think about it. They don't go to church. They're not indoctrinated as much as the older generations. Also, the younger people aren't sitting there watching the Clinton News Network, otherwise known as CNN, or MSNBC with Joyless Reed. Okay? So think about that. Puppet, right. They're all puppets. Black churches sold out. J Legend, thank you. They've been sold out. That's why the Democrats come around And what do? They go to the church and they'll clap their hands and sing a song. And then you go to the polls. No. I'm telling you, if you're in a church and they're telling you who to vote for, you don't see the Republicans doing that. And I have people saying, you don't say anything about the Republicans. They aren't in the black churches playing all these games with the bamboozling and the deceiving and the ruses and the brainwashing and the psychological manipulation and making you feel like you have to vote for them. But they're supposed to be the party that champions freedom and diversity and inclusion. Yeah, if you don't support conservatives, get out of here with that nonsense. Listen to this, folks. I'm going to be keeping up with your comments in the comment section. So let's go. I want you to listen to this. I told you, we're all going to be shocked in November. These people are not playing with these Democrats or Jim Crow Joe. Let's call him what he really is. Listen to this, folks. I'm not going to play all of it, but I'm going to play a large part of it.
So Christmas is coming early this year. We're going to check that list when you go up on that wall for voting, and we're going to check it twice. And we're going to find out who's spending out here nice based on how y'all vote. And we're going to start it off with Maria Hatton. Yeah.
Chicago and some communities so angry. Why is all this kind of anti-immigrant sentiment coming up? And I want to explain to folks it's because if we cared as much about Black people and had over the decades as we do about everyone else, we wouldn't be here. But the money from it.
All right. That would be Maria Hatton. Stepping out there. I see you. Don't get sarcastic because we can get jiggy, right? You set up here for that first 51 million talking about how you feel about Black people and how you have to have the same energy for Black people. And you ain't never stood on this floor talking about money for Black people. You get on this floor and talk about Black and brown because you somewhere in the middle with it, right? But I'll tell you this, and I'm telling every other Black alderman in here today, you vote for the money for these immigrants today, and we coming for them seats.
Hey, I love it. We coming for them. You heard what she said? And let me quote. We coming for them seats. That means all of you are going to be replaced. Now, I told you, they have been saying, they've been trying to smooth it over. They've had Joyless Reed and all their other puppets out here telling people, Black Americans, no, you were once immigrants and, no. These people, Chicago's been high poverty since the beginning of time, but there was never any money for anything because they were always told there's no money. So go down there to Texas and go through the southern border so you can get everything. And we're talking about, people think everyone in Chicago, not everyone's on the system. A lot of these people are just working poor and they're taxpayers. And they're fed up. Listen, folks.
You can believe that. You're going to stop pimping the Black people's plight to get brown people, as y'all call it, money. You're going to give us our press conference up there on the 3rd floor. Keep talking to the mayor's boy with the clink clink from his past. That's why he got to do what the mayor say do. Him and a lot of other ones in here with these shady pasts.
Not only is she coming for those seats, she's calling them on all their BS. I'm telling you, and she's not the only one. They are not playing with these people. Okay, just listen up.
Why you gotta vote the way that you vote. But all of us ain't got shady passes. Some of us free out here. And we can vote how we want to vote. And we're coming for those seats. Now, to align yourself with somebody who's obviously a one-term mayor, if he even makes it that far, you better be worrying about your job. You better be worrying about your longevity. Because we're going to vote and we're going to get you out. Because you ain't doing right by us. That's what time it is. And for your law person that's next to you, I'm going to need you to check out that federal charge that I got against those public administrators over there for messing with Black people's property.
This lady right here, she's calling all of them out. She is not playing. She's not the only one, but I love this.
It's federal case number 23CV14590. All right, and on that note, if y'all don't give us our money for the Black community, know this: we getting ready to file a federal injunction against City Hall for benign neglect to the South Side and West Side. You got that? Boom.
So, what do you guys think about that so far? There's more. Joe, how you doing, JoJo? Keep speaking the truth. We were born free. Rise. Yeah, quit letting these people play games and tell you lies. Get them out. Here's another, folks.
I am P. Ray of the 37th Ward. Chicago Red is our organization. Because we started this session with a prayer, I want to start my comment with a scripture. 1 Timothy 5:8 says, "But if any provide not for his own, and specifically for those of his own house,
right,
he hath denied the faith and is worse than an infidel."
Have I not been saying that, folks? When I've had people coming on here saying this channel is anti-immigrant, I said, no, ma'am, no, sir. This channel is not anti-immigrant. This channel is pro-American, right? Again, what she just said, I didn't quote Bible scriptures, but I told you my sentiments exactly. Basically, what that biblical scripture says, all I'm saying is you take care of home first. You don't go and take care of your neighbor's children. You take care of your children first. And then if you have some left over, then you go and assist someone else. Let's listen to what else this lovely young lady has to say.
I want to talk to y'all today about not going to hell. Now, the first $51 million that this council gave to the migrants came from the opioid settlement funds. I am here on behalf of the Jones family, on behalf of the 37th Ward, on behalf of Black Chicago, on behalf of the entire city, to ask you all to vote no and put that money back in the opioid settlement fund. We need that money in my neighborhood.
So you see, the money that was allocated for something else, they want to take it and use it on the migrants. Now, as a taxpayer, you guys know, those of you who are still working and those of you who may be retired, you know, you don't pay those taxes, they're coming for you. But when you look at what they're doing with our tax dollars, hey, no taxation without representation, because that's exactly what's going on. And they're taking our money, they're doing what they want with it, but they're not doing anything for us, citizens. Listen to this, she's great.
But we need that on my block when the city of Chicago has millions upon millions upon millions of dollars to give to people who ain't paid a dime into the tax base. We've been in my building for 52 years. We got to pay some more taxes. The Jones family has been in their building for 45 years, paying taxes every year on time. So I'm asking y'all to use our tax money for our people. We need it. We got people leaning. We got people rocking. We got overdosing. We got pass out lines. You live on the west side, Mayor Johnson. You know exactly what I'm talking about. We need the money for us. We need opioid treatment on the west side of Chicago. We are the headquarters of the cartel, and everybody in here knows it. They selling more drugs than the law can allow, and y'all giving money back to them because they traffic those people up here, so we paying them going and coming. Absolutely not. We pay too much. It costs too much money to live in this city. Yeah. Help Wanda Jones. So I'm asking y'all to say no, put these people on the back burner, and put the money back in the opioid fund. Right. We need that money. Thank y'all.
It's $70 million. $70 million. They're not counting the past millions of dollars that this city done approved of, and this state and county, etc. $70 million. Y'all won't even put $1 million in one neighborhood.
You hear that? The residents of Chicago can't even get $1 million. And if you just now coming in, how you doing, DSB? Glad you're here, baby. Hi, Lori. They can't even get $1 million. They have 471 million for the migrants. I'll continue.
$1 million in one neighborhood. Brandon Mayor Johnson, you say that you for the children, etc. You for the youth. You know, you want to have work programs for the youth, etc. Well, $1 million for these work programs for these children. See, I'm not gonna address nobody in the room no more. I'm gonna just address you.
That's right.
This is city council because I gave you a hard drive of what me and my family has experienced as far as the discrimination against me and my child and my wife. You know, that comes from places like the Staple Foundation. That come from All Chicago. That come from Bring Chicago Home. You see, that come from these ministers that y'all have. You know, if you go look on Bring Chicago.
So again, he's talking about people, what we've been talking about since I started this series months ago. He's Chicago resident, American citizen. They can't get anything. That's not right. He's a taxpayer. Oh.
On site, you see all them reverends and things like that. They got all these nice churches in these neighborhoods. Nice mega churches. And our people homes. And I don't even want to say our people home, because some people, we gotta be honest, they do let their stuff go. They do live up in trash, etc. And willingly of their own will. But what about the face? Like, what about 79th Street? See what I'm saying? What about the face? What about 71st Street? What about all these different streets with these abandoned buildings, with these empty lots? And then the churches come up and try to buy these lots. That's why I say to the people, come up out of her. Come up out of Rome. That's why I say that, come up out of there. The snake is no good. It don't matter who they put at the head. He ain't running nothing. We got to be honest about this situation.
We've already said that. Mayor Johnson is just another pawn in the chess game, right? We know this is coming straight from the White House. Thank you so much, Donald, for your super chat. We know where this is coming from, and we know the primary puppet master is George Soros, and he's trying to destroy this country. If you haven't been here before, we've already talked about the Cloward Piven strategy. That is what is going on in this situation. Charles, thank you so much. Here, Guacamole Kid. I was the only white person in an all-black wedding on the south side of Chicago in the 80s. It would be too dangerous in these times, I think, sadly. Yeah, it's a pretty scary place. Jojo, that hopefully in November that will start. How you doing, Prayer Warrior Mom? Joe Bribin doesn't like fried chicken. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Donald. Yeah. Big Mahmood, these people work hard, no help at all. That's what I'm saying. Folks, we're not talking about people who are just, not doing anything with their lives. We're talking about the people who are working every day, paying taxes, right? And they can't get anything. And you know how strict the rules are. Even if you try to get something, if you're $1 over, you're not going to get anything. So that's why there's so much anger. The neighborhoods in Chicago that have been neglected. And we're not just talking about Chicago, New York, Philadelphia. You can go to any of the liberal cities, God knows, Baltimore. I can go on and on and on. The blight is real, but there's never any money. The people, the residents of those liberal cities are always told there is no money, but they're finding millions upon millions upon billions of dollars for non-citizens. That's a slap in your face if you vote for Democrats. I don't, but I'm saying, let's bring in the people. You have a lot of people saying they didn't know it would be this bad. Now, again, if you're here new to the channel for the first time, thank you for being here. I don't tell people how to vote. I do tell people, look at the policies of that particular person. If they align with your morals and your values, vote accordingly. Okay? The Democrats, Joe Biden, What they stand for does not align with my values. So I will not be voting for them. I did not vote for them before. I'm not going to start now. Okay. How you doing, John? I live in a nice neighborhood. My neighbors been in the system over 6 years. I hope I'm not offending anyone when I say Black Americans are being replaced. It's so clear to see. John, not just Black Americans. Go back and check some of my prior videos. They laid off about 1,300 people in Perry, Iowa. And you don't really have a lot of Black people in Iowa. They're replacing white Americans too, cheaper labor. Yeah, but that good point. Very good point. Yeah, the Ukraine money for everyone except Americans. What we've been saying. Vicky, new subby here. I love the spunky attitude. Let's take America back. Thank you so much, Vicky. So glad you're here. And all of you who are here, please go ahead and hit that little thumb, that little like button. And if you have Facebook, and what's the there's another social media place. What is it? Truth Social. Please share this link on Truth Social. We have got to get the word out. How you doing, Joseph? Seeing a lot of new people in here. This is wonderful. Peter, only problem is some folks money, right? That's the issue. And that's why they have all of these puppets in place. And isn't it so ironic? The Democrats crying, oh, it's racism. No, it's not racism. We know where this is coming from. Jim Crow Joe must go. Yes, Jay Legend. I say that all the time. Yes, yes, yes. Sally said all planned for years. Exactly. Jay Legend, most Black politicians sold out on both sides. Right? Exactly, Jay. Everyone's bought and paid for. The Congressional Black Caucus, the NAACP, all of your ministers, with the exception of one or two. There's one or two here that I look at here on YouTube that tell the truth, and they don't tell their congregation to vote for the Democrats because they know they're evil. And so, oh my God, if I skipped your or missed your comment, please charge it to my head, not my heart. They are coming fast and furiously. Charles, Black people wake up. Where is the Baltimore Democrats? Baltimore, oh my God, who in their right mind would want to live in Baltimore? I wouldn't stay there if I could stay there for free. It's a war zone. Donald, I heard kids had a scheduled soccer game and the Legals were playing there. And when it was time for the kids' game, the Legals refused to let the game go. But I forgot. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So a lot of people come over here. And then there was even something, and I got to do some research on the African migrants in New York were causing a stink and crying about food and shelter and saying they were being discriminated against because the Hispanic migrants were getting everything. So it's just a mess. How about everyone just pack everyone up, just go back to work it out in your own land. We have our own problems. Okay. How you doing, Linda? And Cha said Trump is the exception. Yeah, he's not a politician, he's a businessman. Thank you so much, Joseph. If you love it, honey, share it out on your various forms of social media. We are no nonsense over here. And we are about getting out the truth about what they are doing to tax-paying Americans. And it's not right. And we're not standing for it. Scorched Earth, Black people voted for this. Thanks. Scorched Earth, I did not. I beg to differ. I did not vote for Jim Crow Joe. I knew his past. I knew his history. I did not vote for this. Okay. A lot of people may have. However, I did not. Okay. Miss Pugsley, does anyone know how to come here legally? Miss Pugsley, there is no, that's a good question, but there's no incentive for people to come here legally. When you have Daddy Joe Biden telling them, just come on, we'll take care of you. There is no deterrent. There's no incentive. So they're just coming. 138 people. Thank you so much, Ruby. Yeah, everyone hit that little thumb, that little like button. Oh, Joseph, you're in Baltimore. Oh, dear, I'm so sorry. Move out when you can, dear. Barnes, how are you? Saturday, the people in Chicago saw what the folks in D.C. think about them. Yes, they don't care about you. You're just pawns in the game. That's all. And again, the quicker that Americans wake up and realize, that's why they try to pit Americans against one another, because so we don't come together and turn on them and force them to do the right thing. Scorched earth. Okay, you didn't, but millions did. Like I said, well, scorched earth, millions of black and white people, people of all, Americans of all races, creeds, and colors voted for this. I have friends that are white friends that are very liberal, and they did too. So we can't just say black. People of all races voted for this, you know. So again, we have to stick together. We can't start pointing fingers and saying, well, this race did this and this race did that. We have to come together. We all have one common enemy, and it's the Democrats. And so we can't fight amongst ourselves, right? We have to stick together against the common enemy. Let me see where I have a few relatives that have been here for 50 years and should go back over the fence and get their citizenship. Oh, wow. 50 years and they're still not citizens. Mamu, Spiky, how you doing, dear? Oh, wow. That's a long time to be here with no citizenship rights. How you doing, Quid Pro? That's right. Divided we fought. Right. So, who said that? Let me see. Scorched earth. A lot of people in Chicago are saying, yes, we voted for this, but we won't do that again. So let's pull in the people who did vote that way. Let's not denigrate their name. Let's pull them in and say, come on over here with us, right? And we can fight together as a unified front against the Democrats. That's what we have to do. Right, Ruby? That's what I'm saying. A lot of millions of Americans of all races, creeds, and colors voted for Joe Biden. I did not. I knew his history. I knew what he was about. No, thank you. Thank you so much, Ruby, for mentioning that. Barnes, the only clear message we can send in 198 days is to vote incumbents of both parties out. Okay, a lot of people on both sides need to leave, and we need term limits. Yeah, I agree. Hey, John, when you get on, the like button is always hit. One silver lining I see is black, white, and brown are coming together. John, that's what I said in my last video, and that's what I like about it. When we all come together, a united front, that's what they don't want. Why do you think the Democrats keep doing racism? They keep throwing that word up, trying to keep people at each other's throats. I was just talking to some church ladies yesterday, and I'm like, we're getting along just fine. But they want you to think that we all hate each other. Hate is such a strong word, and I had more years behind me than I do ahead of me. I don't want to go stand in front of my maker for hating people, okay? I'm trying to live a good, decent life. I don't have time for hate. It takes too much energy. Prayer warrior mom, yes. Colorado doesn't have resources anymore. Illegals have depleted the finances. Exactly, prayer mom, and they've done nothing for the residents, the taxpayers. Joseph, you take on Joyless Reed and Joyless Reed is a puppet. She does what she's paid to do. Joseph, you're right. Roland Martin is another Democratic shill. He's another Democratic plant who's trying to keep black people on the Democratic plantation, right? He's paid very well, right? I don't listen to anything these people say. Flip Chicago Red, Cha-Cha, I think it's happening. I cannot wait for November. Stay away from Sharpton. He's a Quid Pro. Check out my prior videos. I think this is your first time here, dear. I talk about old Crooked Al Sharpton all the time. He's one of the primary race hustlers, and I don't know how old you are, Quid Pro Joe. I've known him since the 80s. Google Tawana Brawley. So he's been crooked a long time. We are all Americans, right, Pro? Steve, Jim Crow Joe only did one thing good. He made us unite to get rid of him. Steve, that's a mic drop. If I had my handheld mic, I would drop it. Exactly. We're all uniting against him. Vicky, it's called a divide and conquer strategy. Right. That's why we all have to come together, Vicky. Very good. Each one, reach one. We're going to win together. Bless you for your channel and your work. Thank you so much, Barnes. And that's what I'm saying. I talked to a lot of people that said, yeah, I voted for Joe Biden, but I won't do it again. And I'm hugging them saying, kudos to you for waking up. Let's bring them in, right? Let's show them love. I'm glad for anyone who wakes up. Ruby, the Democrats, the Democrats, exactly, must play all the card: race, gender, sexuality, and single mom card. Exactly. They play all of this to keep people up in their emotions, to keep people upset. Easy. D.L. Hughley is another. Easy. D.L. Hughley, I don't listen to his afternoon show. He's another Roland Martin. He's another Al Sharpton. Everything is racist, 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 racist. Again, if you're here for the first time, I tell people, I'm sick of the word racism. It's an excuse for failure. That's all it is. And the Democrat is straight out of the Democrats' playbook. Is everything in this country perfect? No. Do we have a few problems? We do. But if you work hard and have work ethic, this is what I tell my students. You can make it, honey. If you don't make it, that's your fault. It's not because of racism. It's because of you. Your choices, your decisions has nothing to do with racism. I'm not saying this country's perfect. I looked at some documentaries yesterday on YouTube about black people that were during Jim Crow who had their own businesses, were doing very well. So I don't want to hear any excuses about you didn't make it because of racism. No, you couldn't make it because of your choices. That's why you can't make it. Corey, racism still exists, but I'm not voting for Jim Crow Joe. I'm not either, Corey. I didn't vote for him the first time, and I'm definitely not voting for him this time. We're waiting for the Trump card to be played. Literally, guacamole kid. I like that one. Literally. Sean, he's a friend of P. Diddy on camera. Right, exactly. Good thing Jesus is on the way. We need him. Gaslighting is a Democratic Party trait. Quid pro. Check out my prior videos. That's what they do best. Donald, that's hard to do. Admit you were taken advantage of, or you so that you don't look foolish. Right, Donald? But again, a lot of people are waking up, and I love it. Thank you for the show. Keep it up. Have a good day. Thank you, Big Mamoo. Come back next week, dear, 4:00 p.m. Adrian Alexander, how are you? I told my family down in Louisiana how we've been conditioned all our lives to vote Democratic Party. I'm voting Republican. We need major changes in this world. Adrian, exactly. We've all been programmed. We've all been programmed, right? And indoctrinated. Guacamole Kid. Jesse Lee Peterson is good, Peter. I'll look at him as well here on YouTube. The federal government is actually a corporation. The Congress and president work for the corporation, not for the people. Guacamole Kid, that's a good point. They're not working for their constituents, who are the American people. That's us. Jeff, Senator Tim Scott shares your exact view. Working hard for success. Right, Jeff? If you're working hard, you're not sitting around. You don't have time to sit around, excuse me, and make excuses as to why you're failing and floundering, right? And I had a video I wanted to show you guys, if I can pull it up. And reason a lot of people are failing is because of lack of education. They're not doing what they need to do, educationally speaking, because they're listening to the lies of the Democrats telling them they can't make it. And I don't want to hear that. That's an excuse that I will not listen to, because I know if you work hard, you can make it. And so, this is my mantra. If someone doesn't like me because of the color of my skin, that's their problem. I don't have anything to do with that. I'm out here working, trying to prepare and teach my students to prepare them for the world of work or the military or college, whichever avenue they choose. I don't have time to think about what someone thinks about me because of my skin color. I'm busy. I'm always busy trying to hone my teaching skills. John, got to go to work, but if I ever get a chance to meet you, say somewhere in a restaurant, I would like to say hello and pay for your meal, just to say thank you for your hard work. Thank you so much, John. I'm here in North Carolina at Fort Liberty, formerly Fort Bragg. So yeah, I'll take that free meal. I love it. Thank you so much. Derek, how are you? Prayer Warrior Mom. No, she's not Prayer Warrior Mom. Kamala Harris is not black. She doesn't even like black people. They paraded her in front of people who have not done their research. It's all a farce. It's all a dog and pony show. She Prayer Warrior Mom, if you know her history, and see, people won't read, people won't do research. Go look it up. When she was in California, she had the opportunity to free plenty of black men who were innocent. She had the paperwork. She threw it in the trash. Okay? And now she's going to all these black colleges. Get out of here. Excuse me. Passover's coming. She'll be right. Every day of the week, she's something different. And I don't know if you guys, I wanted to ask you a question because I have people all the time ask me why they can't keep teachers. Have any of you seen that video? I'm here in North Carolina, of the kid that slapped the teacher twice. If you have, type yes. If you haven't, type no. If you want me to do a video on this, I will, because I have people all the time asking. And I wanted to show you okay. This happened in Winston-Salem. Watch this. A young scholar. You're a real man. The teacher is sitting at the desk. And if you want me to start talking about most of you haven't. Okay, watch this. This is roughly an hour, 20 minutes north of where I live. Watch this. If you can see the teacher sitting at the desk, the student's cursing at her, and he's going to slap her face, walk away, continue cursing, walk back up and slap her again. Watch this. All right. Some of you said you had, this is okay. So if you guys want me to do a video on why we can't get teachers, I will. That's why. Now, first of all, if someone hits me, I hit back. What is this coming to? I can't believe the other Peter, when things happen, students don't come to help teachers. They take their phones out, record, sit there and laugh and encourage it. That's what's going on. That's why you can't get teachers all across America. Okay? But of course, in the liberal media, he's a young scholar. He's such a good boy. No, he's not. Just, people that do this, he'll get it back. When I watched this video for the first time, it broke my heart. She's just sitting there at her desk. He's cursing her like a dog. Walked up, slapped her, walked away, continued to curse, right? Came back and slapped her again. I'm willing to bet $100 she had problems with him, but the faculty, the administration made him go back to her class. I would sue the school district. Yes, I would. Cat Mama, how are you? I'm a cat mama too. I was a lunchroom supervisor for 15 years in the middle school in the suburbs of Green Bay, predominantly white. I quit when discipline was almost non-existent. It's not a race thing. No, it's not, Cat Mama. We have students of all races involved in this type of behavior and activity. So yeah, I just wanted to show you, because I have people asking me all the time why we cannot get teachers. That's one of the reasons why. The crap they have to put up with, no thank you. Ruby, call the police twice, once for him and then for me, because Ruby, I think I'm with you. Keep your hands to yourself. That's not cool, but that's what's going on. Problem child, Easy said, yeah, I can tell his demeanor, right. But the problem is when you try to get those types of students out of your classes, you're given 1,000,001 excuses as to why you can't. And so again, I'm telling you now, if I have a student I'm having a problem with that's threatening and they won't take them out of my class and I'm attacked, oh, there will be a lawsuit. You were warned. That's why these things happen so much. Administration doesn't want to listen to the teacher, and it's like, want you to just deal with this. And I hated to get off on my soapbox, but that video was just, to me, as an educator, it's just so disturbing on so many levels. And when I watched it, I teared up. As an educator in the state of North Carolina, some of you are new here. I've been an educator for 26 years, and it just made me wonder, what would I do in that situation? You understand? Sally, only God knows. But it's just, it's disturbing. It's unacceptable. And this is where we are in today's education. That's why I shared that clip with you, because I have people ask me all the time. Cat Mama. We had several teachers walk out in the middle of the day, never to return. Cat Mama, that's happened to me too. Where teachers have just walked out, excuse me. Stephanie, shout out to my new Republican Black brothers and sisters. Welcome to the party. It always hurt my feelings that you thought white people didn't like you because you're Black. God is an artist. Stephanie, thank you for being on the channel. Coming to the channel. So the veil is slowly being lifted. People were indoctrinated, lied to, right? Gaslighted. Of course, I've been saying psychological manipulation was involved. And Stephanie, I've been awake for a long time, sister. I did not vote. No. For years. It's just at that time I didn't have a YouTube channel. But thank you so much for your welcoming. The boy who cried wolf is Democrats. Exactly. Lori, we never thought of doing that when I went to school. Lori, you don't want to know what's going on in these schools today, dear. Jeff, I'm thinking of the scene from the movie Baby Boy. The disrespectful kids got knocked. Yeah, Jeff, there is a God, honey, and he's going to get what's coming to him. There was no call for you to do that. And that makes you a tough guy because you're hitting a female. Yeah, they already have a number for him. We know where he's going. So just go ahead and take him now. Don't wait. Snowflake's nightmare. I'm 50. We never even spoke back to the teachers. This is abhorrent in every way. Snowflakes, yeah, I'm telling you, as an educator, it almost brought tears to my eyes. I just couldn't. I was like, oh my God. Yeah, it's time for me to get out and retire. Yeah, exactly, Stephanie. That's what, Stephanie, I think you're new here to the channel. And that's what I've been saying with this whole migrant crisis. The Democrats are discriminating against Americans. And so we have to come together against one common foe. It's the Democrats. Stephanie, you and me, it's not about color. We don't dislike or hate each other. We have a common enemy, a common foe. And I wish, that's why, Stephanie, if you have, Facebook, Instagram, was it social, Truth Social, share this video. We've got to get these people out of office. Lynn, I'm tired of my money going to foreign countries. Lynn, me too. Peter, the summer's going to be very interesting. I can't wait, Peter. Christine, there are federal programs directed towards schools with discipline issues to drop the discipline in schools comply with the requirements by not punishing Black students. Christine gets it. Yes. Christine, when I started teaching way back in 1996, when I got out of grad school, they were always saying all the Black boys are have the highest suspension rates. So then they don't want to suspend them. I don't care what color you are. If you're the ones breaking the rule, you're not doing these kids any favors. Yeah, you're right. They don't want to suspend them. And then, with high stakes testing, they don't want to suspend them. Newsflash. These people you're suspending who are in and out of trouble all the time, they're not going to pass the state test anyway. Let's call it what it is. Okay? Quit playing these games. See? That I can't say everything I want to say because I'm still a teacher, but you better believe when I get out of public education, I'm going to sing like a canary. Okay? Matter of fact, I plan on writing a book about my experiences in the public schools of the state of North Carolina. Ruby, that was in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, roughly an hour, 20 minutes north of where I live here in North Carolina. Thank you, Jeff. Gotta be me. I can't believe what I'm seeing. What? Please tell me that piece of crap is in jail. No, he's not. But again, they allow this to take place. All right? And one thing about the jail system, they don't want them in jail. So what they do, the kids come to school because they don't want to be there. The judge tells them to go back to school or you have to go back to jail. So they come back to school, but they don't learn anything. They just come there and cause trouble. It's dumb. I'm sorry if I missed your comments, folks. I'm a first timer and really happy you're doing this. After Obama was elected, how can anyone claim racism? Exactly. Gotta be me. Please check out some of my prior videos. Racism straight out of the Democrats' playbook, right? They use that and people use it as an excuse for failure. So you don't have to do anything. No. If you fail, that's your fault. I don't want to hear about racism stopping you from anything. You guys check out what Denzel Washington, these are Black actors and they're very brave for saying what they say. Bill Cosby was talking about some of this years ago. You see that got him canceled. Also, Morgan Freeman, they don't like what he says. And he even said there shouldn't be a Black History Month. So some of these Black actors and actresses will come out and say what needs to be said. Christine, by not punishing the minority students, it reflects lowered numbers, so they are in compliance to receive the federal funding for that. Right, Christine? Again, it all goes back to the dollar bill. Snowflakes. We've always been together. It's the government that's our enemy. Right, Snowflakes? We get along just fine. It's the narrative in the mainstream media. Oh, Blacks and whites are at each other's throats. No, we're not. Look, I have plenty of friends. Matter of fact, one of my co-workers, white female, took me out for my birthday. Very good friend. I have friends of all colors, shades, nationalities. We get along just fine. James, they don't raise kids. They just have them, and they think that we're supposed to be I'm a professional babysitter. I guess that's what they think. Peter, my students' behavior is pretty good. I'm pretty no nonsense. I tell them from day one, there's one adult in this classroom. If there's more than one, then that's a problem. And someone's going to have to go, and I'm not going anywhere. Okay. And I don't mince words with them. And you can follow these rules or you can get out. That's just how I am. Because some of the teachers get upset. They're sitting there at their desk crying. I'm like, I'm too old for those shenanigans. I'm not doing it. Jeff, 2 Timothy 3:2, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy. You got that right, Jeff. It's happening right now. These district attorneys and liberal judges need to be held. Right, Ruby? That's the problem. They make a bunch of people come to school that don't want to be there. And guess who causes most of the problems? Gotta be me. Racism never goes away. It's a visual after all. Miss Pugsley, I'm Jewish and my boyfriend is Native American. Right, Miss Pugsley? It doesn't matter. We get along just fine. Donald, term limits, I feel, would solve a lot of the shenanigans that they've been doing. Right, Donald? I've been saying that forever. Maxine Waters, Chuck Schumer, Mitch McConnell, all these people need to go. We need new blood, people with fresh, new ideas. Exactly. Sally, Peter, when do you see the change in the student? Peter, especially with the advent of cell phones and social media, that's when it really started to go downhill, I will say. Yeah, we have all the time. There's always a cell phone issue. They don't want to take their headphones off. It's just too much. Snowflakes. God was taken out of the school. Snowflakes, ever since God was removed from the schools, guess what? The devil stepped in. And you know, Madeline O'Hare was responsible for that. And for those that don't know, Google how she wound up. She, her son, and granddaughter murdered and buried in the desert. That's how she wound up. Yeah, Google it. It's an episode of Forensic Files. You can Google it and find out what happened to her. How you doing, James? Hello here from Brooklyn. It's not getting better. Right? Yes, James, I have relatives there. I'm so sorry, James. Skin color is irrelevant. We need to save our country. Thank you, Quick Pro. I'm with you. And that's what I've been saying. We have to stand together, not divided. Donald, they get a degree in underwater basket weaving and complaining. They can't find a job. Yes, Donald. Excuse me, Donald, check out my video from last week where they get in $100,000, $200,000 worth of debt. Who has to bail them out? We, the taxpayers, because Daddy Joe Biden, because he wants votes, is telling them, oh, I'll get you out. But they just don't realize there's so many stipulations. And guess what? It won't start to 2025. So you see the game they're playing? They want that vote first. And then they're dangling this carrot for you. They're dangling the carrot. Get out of here. Snowflakes. Yeah, what's your question, dear? Kimber, I'm as white as snow and born in Compton, California. Never had any issues with racism. Exactly, Kimber. And sometimes, lots of times, people mistreat people. And it's not always about race. Sometimes people just don't like you for whatever reason. It's the Democrats that keep this race card thing going. I don't want to hear it. Brandon Johnson and Mike Johnson are lame. Exactly. Melody, how are you, dear? Glad you're here. Keep truth telling. You have the biblical gift of discernment. Thank you so much, Melody. I am trying. I'm trying to get the truth out. I want people to wake up before it's too late. And people, it's almost too late. If we do not get the White House away from the Democrats in 2024, you can kiss this country goodbye. It doesn't matter what color your skin is. It's over for Americans. I'm telling you. How you doing, Robin? Thank you for standing up and being a good, strong teacher with structure and rules. That's what these kids need. Thank you so much, Robin. I'm trying. I've done it for 26 years. I'm near the end of my career, and thank God, because these kids are out of control. Snowflakes. College is now offering Taylor Swift courses. Snowflakes. Exactly. It's a joke. It's all a joke. Lynn, I love your channel, and I'm a white lady. We need to come together. Lynn, we're together already, dear. My middle name is Lynn, so we're definitely together. So glad that you're here. James, never. I keep my head up and look people in the eyes. I say hello, and I'm friendly until they're not friendly back. Right, James? I don't care what color you are. I don't. Quick Pro Joe, I'm retired and I get less than an illegal who just crossed the border. Quick Pro Joe, go down to the southern border and come in. You'll get free everything. Free medical care, free housing, free everything. Go to the southern border and cross illegally. Donald, trade schools will at least put food on the table. Exactly. Kimber, you deserve a Purple Heart. Thank you, Kimber. I'm praying and fasting for America. Thank you so much, Lynn. Roland, I want a signed copy. Yes, Cha-Cha. Cha-Cha, when I'm done teaching, I told you, I'm going to write, I'm going to be a whistleblower. And I'm going to tell everyone what really goes on in today's public school. You would be shocked. You would be amazed. Definitely, Cha-Cha, I will definitely do that for you. And since you're such an avid supporter of the channel, I won't even charge you. You get a free copy, dear. Jeff, I'm 60 years old. I remember when people had to say the Pledge of Allegiance. At the start of the day of every school day, we had to place our hand across our hearts. That's all gone. God needs to shake up DC. Yes, Jeff, they stopped doing that. A few years ago when I was teaching and we did it, we had students that would sit down. I wouldn't say anything to them because they wanted a confrontation. They told us don't say anything to them, so I did not. The little cover band, all are welcome to join the Republican Party. Exactly. It's just Black Americans going right back home where they started before the indoctrination started, before the gaslighting started, before the psychological manipulation started, before the bamboozling started, before the ruses started, before the deceiving started, before the brainwashing started. I can continue. Fill in the blank. Snowflakes, T-Hawk, sorry, but you're completely wrong. It's Democrats, okay? I must have missed the comment, Snowflakes. Policy over party, Ruby, yes, Ruby's been here since I started this series, folks. Policy over party, I don't care. You can't vote for people because their skin color looks like yours. That's racial idolatry. That's wrong. What does that have to do with policy? That's what got these people in trouble in Chicago, in New York, in all these liberal cities. All of them are like war zones. In Philadelphia, in Detroit, I could go on. They're all awful, awful, awful places. How you doing, Jacqueline? Gotta be me. Surprised I'm going to say this, but I'm loving you so much. If you want to use this as your book title, I'm okay with it because I've wanted to write this book for a long time and we couldn't even chew gum. Oh, gotta be me. I chew gum every day. When I was in school, I never really got in trouble, but the one thing I would get in trouble for was chewing gum because I was addicted and I couldn't stop. Excellent title, gotta be me. I love it. My wallet over Peter gets it. Yes, Peter, my wallet definitely. Gas prices, food prices. I want my mortgage to come down. The interest rates are through the roof. Let's bring those down, right? Make sure to stock up on supply. Exactly, Sally. And I think the old bag was here last week. She's not here now, I don't think. And she told me to sing a song, so I'll sing a song before I go. Rain, how you doing, Rain Love? I live in Harlem, New York. I cannot afford another 4 years of Biden. Rain, I live in North Carolina, and I can't afford it, dear. So none of us can, because to live in America today, you got to have a lot of what? I'm telling you. And we're all deficient in that area, and we'll be even more deficient if we elect Jim Crow Joe back into office. But I told you guys, the Democrats have something up their sleeve. They know he's not going to win. So at the last minute, they're going to try to pull him out and insert someone that they think can win. They want power over anything. That's the most important thing to the Democrats. All right. I've enjoyed you all. Now, you know how I do when I end the stream. I'll still be in the comment section answering comments. If there's something you want me to talk about, type it. Or when I end the stream, type it in the description box up under the video. Democrats, exactly. Floridia, Trump 2024. Ruby, we will be so broke in 4 years we can't pay attention. Ruby, you've been cutting up all day, girl. When I get my t-shirts and things, I got this. You guys are making me laugh. I love it. Like I said, I'm in the process of ordering t-shirts and other channel items, and I'll start sending those out to you guys because you do support me. You are here, and you don't have to be here. You could be anywhere, but you're spending your time here, and that's much appreciated. Barbara, you're definitely a woman with a heart and brain. God bless you. Barbara, so glad to have you here. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Share this content with neighbors, friends, families, of people, foes, whoever. We got to get the word out. Democrats will throw old Jim Crow Joe to the wolves. Yeah, they know he's not going to win. At the last minute, they're going to come up with a strategy to get rid of him and insert someone that they think can win. But it's over for them because it doesn't matter, folks. Again, I don't care if they try to insert Michelle Obama. For that case, you should have kept old Jim Crow Joe. She has the same ideology, so you're going to have the same results. Everyone, you see what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. Do not, okay? Well, you vote who you want to. If you like the way things are going in this country, continue voting for Democrats. But do not be deceived, okay? Even if it's not Joe, if it's Michelle Obama or whoever they decide to insert at the last minute, it's the same policies. I'm telling you, policy. Jacqueline, Greg Abbott is a World Economic Forum shield. He could have closed his border 3.5 years ago. Yeah. Okay. Rain, make Harlem great again. Trump 2024. Laurie, I love listening to you. Laurie, I'm glad you're here. Thank you so much. Make sure you come back next Sunday at 4 o'clock. Crystal, I was thinking Gavin Newsom. Oh my God. Oh, we can't survive with him. Oh my God. Okay. Golden Nova, how are you? Hit that like button for me. Lynn, watch Black Wall Street. I've watched it, Lynn. Black America used to be wealthy and successful before the welfare state. Lynn, check out my video. I did a Thomas Sowell. If you guys don't know who Thomas Sowell is, he's an American treasure that a lot of people don't know about. He talks about the welfare state destroyed the Black family. Check that video out. Please, Lynn, check it out. I did a video on that. It didn't get a lot of views, but it's got a lot of truth in it. I have his books here that I've read. I'm still reading. Donald, rolling for the office of common sense, but the politicians would never allow such a thing. Thank you so much, Donald. Oh, no, they'd have to get rid of me. They don't want to hear truth telling. Oh, no. They want to continue to pee down your back and tell you it's raining. Jeff, the wolves were throwing back. Yeah, he is slimy and greasy. Snowflakes, you're right. So I'm going to let you guys go. Now, if you guys want me to come on later on and do another video, maybe 7 or 8 o'clock-ish, type it in the comment section once I end the video, okay? If you want me to come back on, if there's enough people that want me to come back on, I will come back on and do another video, okay? Robin, we all better hope they didn't put Newsom in the White House. He would be 5 times worse. Oh, yeah, you're absolutely right. Snowflake, love you too, Snowflake. I'm so glad you're here. Now, again, if anyone wants me to come back and do another video today, type it in the comment section. If I have more than 3 people that say yes, I will come back and do another video. We could talk about Super Mayor up there in Dalton, Illinois. Oh my God. No, our feds are after her, thank God. Okay, I got 1. Steve said yes, come back. And I'll start singing my song before I end this live. Floridia says yes. Uh-oh. Okay. Oh, Sean, now I got to come back on. Okay. Now, okay, I'll go ahead and end this. But before I go, John, thank you for coming, dear. How many of you remember Twisted Sister? We as Americans, sing along with me. We're not gonna take it. No, we're not gonna take it. We're not gonna take it anymore. Now, I'm not a singer. I'm not going to quit my day job. But the old bag asked me to sing that last week. And so I sang it today. So I'm going to end this live. I'll answer your comments and I'll come back on later. Thank you all for spending your very valuable time here with the Rollins Reviews YouTube channel. Now, before I leave, tell me what you want me to talk about. And then I'll decide what we'll talk about once I see what you want me to talk about. Okay? Okay, Cha-Cha says border. Thank you so much, Crystal. Yeah, Twisted Sister. All right. See you guys in an hour or 2. Yes. I like Twisted Sister, Donald. Perfect. Steve Bishop, we need to focus on November. Yes, we do. You guys, we need to focus on how we can get even more people to learn the truth of what's going on. They just changed it? Okay, thank you. Yes, Teresa, me too. Yes, James, I try to sing. Don't worry. Like my students tell me, don't quit my day job. I won't. But I'll see you guys in another hour or 2-ish. Okay. Thank you so much for being here at the Rollins Reviews YouTube channel, and I'll see you an hour to 2 hours from now. Thank you.